love doing a jazz unit with my kiddos in elementary music class. And one way that I like to get them to listen to lots of different kinds of jazz and lots of different people from jazz is with the jazz music bracket that I have that is completely free and you can download in the description. So let's talk about ways we can use this, how you might want to use it, and all that kind of stuff. This video is going to be really short because really all I wanted you to know was that if you click the link in the description, you can get this for free. And that's what we need. So this jazz music bracket is a Google Slides presentation that starts with a like March Madness style bracket where basically you listen to the two people that are adjacent to each other and the students vote on which one they like better. Whoever they like better moves up to the next round until you get down to your final two, and then you have your winner. We like to do this. I usually like to do it at the beginning or the end of like a jazz unit so that we get exposure to lots of different people. It gets the kids really excited. It's like super simple, but it gets the kids really excited and they're really into it and they get to listen to lots of different kinds of jazz, which I personally love. So how we typically do this is I throw it up on the screen. We usually start on the top left, and usually I just do half on one day and then we might do half on the next day. And so we start with the top two, we listen to both of those, and the kids vote on which one they like better. I like to keep things really, really simple, so I usually just say, show me a 1 if you like the first one and a 2 if you like the second one. They have to hold it up really high so I can see it, and then whoever wins, based on, you know, me counting, moves up to the next round. You could also have the kids create their own by writing it down on a piece of paper. I have a printable that is included in the Google Slides where you can print it out and the kids can write their answers, which would also, you know, give them a little more autonomy, and they can show their choices. Then you can see, you know, who won out of the class. But this is a really simple way for the kids to just get really into it and listen to lots of different styles of jazz music. In case you were wondering, I find that typically Ella Fitzgerald is our winner at my school. Sometimes Dizzy Gillespie will win, which is interesting, and Duke Ellington has been pretty high up. One group in particular, though, that I will never forget was I had a 4th grade class that were obsessed with Billie Holiday to the point where they were like chanting. We were like voting for, you know, who was gonna win, and they were like, Billie, Billie. It was hilarious, but it was a great time. I've done this bracket with everybody from 2nd grade up to 5th grade. I typically save it for 4th and 5th, but last year my 2nd graders were doing a jazz unit, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna throw this, and they were obsessed with it. So highly recommend using for all of those age groups. It's also great if you ever need to go into the teachers' classrooms because it is something that can be done with very minimal effort and very minimal stuff. You could leave it as a sub plan. All of those things would be great since they are, you know, it's just really, really simple. This can also be a great introduction into the different styles of jazz or the different people of jazz. So especially if you want to do this like first so that you can listen to lots of different styles and then start talking about jazz and more of the people in jazz. Typically, I like to teach my kids about Louis Armstrong. We do What a Wonderful World. I have a really fun activity where the kids are they have to like deeply listen and put the events of the song in order. So like Trees of Green, and then Red Roses, and there's like little pictures that they have to put into the correct order, so that's always a good time. I also love, we do a lot with Ella Fitzgerald. We usually listen to A Tisket a Tasket, which is the one that's included on this, and we usually learn the folk song first, and then we'll learn the Ella Fitzgerald version of it. We've also done Duke Ellington and talked about his Nutcracker Suite, which is really, really great, but I love doing this because it gets the kids listening to lots of different styles of jazz and lots of different instruments that maybe I wouldn't have time to hit because, you know, let's be honest, your girl doesn't have time to teach about 16 different people. And so even though they're amazing, and they're not even all the amazing people I could have included, they're, you know, like at some point you just gotta call it quits and be like, I don't have time for this. So this is a good way for them to get just a little bit of an overview for each of the different people. So I will leave linked down below some different stuff with different jazz activities and lessons that we've done before, and I will also leave that freebie linked down below. And I would love to know how you use jazz in your class and what ways you like to use it and get them to listen to lots of different people. So let us know that in the comments so that we can all benefit from your wisdom. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.